Have you ever asked a question that, well, they just dodged your response? They didn't even answer you. So what did you do? In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to avoid asking a question and not getting a response. Seems easy? Well, hey, let's talk about it. This is Jason Bramlett, host of Real Estate Speed School. And I find this happens a lot. And I mean, I've listened to a lot of calls over the years. If I had to guess, several thousand. And one mistake I hear over and over is an agent asking a question, but then getting no response. You know how it goes. So John and Mary, what do you think the price of your house is? And John looks at you like, well, you're the professional. I mean, what do you think? That's why we had you come out here. And normally the agent just blasts out, they just throw a number. Well, my market research clearly indicates your home is worth $425,000, and here's the data. I want to puke all over you to prove it. And John and Mary are in absolute unbelief that you think their home is worth $425,000. I mean, the Big Z says it's worth $550. But I've got comparables. I mean, look at this list of data I brought. Actually might be correct, but you just violated a principle of sales. You didn't get an answer, and that by not getting that, allowed that conversation to go on. The mistake is you've lost your footing and have no solid ground to step on. You just fell in a big hole and you dug it. You never got the answer, so you did not have the proper frame of reference as to what John and Mary actually thought their home was worth. Right or wrong. And maybe this has happened to you. I know it's happened to me time and time again when I have violated this principle of not getting a response. And I can remember working with clients just like John and Mary, maybe you can. They've lived in their home for 15 years, they know every single thing that's right and wrong with it, yet they have absolutely no clue what it's worth. Or do they? You see, I took clients like John and Mary out to see a few homes before they decided to sell their home. We walk in the door of that potential new home and we have barely breached the doorway, and here comes John. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding. This house is so overpriced. I would never pay this much for a home like this. These owners must be crazy. And I just stood there in awe and the amazement of the wisdom and the ability to for John to evaluate a home from the front door. I mean, we've been in the house for like 14 seconds. I mean, you can't even see the kitchen from the front door, yet he knows it's overpriced. Oh, and it's a 2-story with the full finished basement, and we're exactly 7 feet inside. And the same John that lived in his house, the same house for 15 years, yet has absolutely no clue about the value of his home. He's a ninja when it comes to somebody else. People are great. I just laughed and looked at Mary and she smiled and she said, yep, pretty good, isn't he? And so it falls back to when you get a stall or someone that won't answer your question, you must press in. You must push to get their frame of reference. Otherwise, you're going to get in the weeds in a bad way. And there's another way to frame that question. John, I see that the tax value on your home is $400,000. How do you feel about that number? Or John, I see that the big Z out there has got you at $460. How do you feel about that number? I'm just looking for an opinion. I'm just wanting to get a frame of reference. And this is going to save you a lot of lost sales and a lot of wasted time. I need to get a number from John and Mary because I need to understand, or really just to get an understanding of their perception of the value of the home. And then once I have that, I have a starting place. And now I have their perspective, and it just makes everything work better. And now I can work toward what? The right numbers. You can't let them off the hook. You have to press in. You've got to get answers to your questions, not just with price. You must do it, throughout the whole entire process. There's very little chance you can help them if you do not have all the story. And it's no different with your agents and your team leaders. You allow your agents to dodge questions and slip through the cracks, you could have helped them with the right information. Next week, you're surprised when they're leaving and joining another firm. You had the solution to their problem, yet you allow them to dodge your questions, and the truth did not get revealed. I could spend 20 hours teaching on this topic alone, and a lot of times we allow these questions to go answered because we're lazy, maybe because we're nervous to press in. We didn't even realize we were going so fast, we didn't even realize they didn't even answer our question. A real estate professional agent stays in there and it gets the answers, and when you've got the answers, you can close a lot of sales. John is right. You are the professional. So sit up, pay attention, and start acting like it. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Hope this was some good information to help you with your real estate career. Join us on all our social media platforms. Share this with a friend. IGTV, Facebook, YouTube channel, or you can go to realestatespeedschool.com. So take action today. Take action. Don't let somebody off the hook. Get those questions answered.